the Lamentations of Jeremiah. I have no idea what this is about. Maybe this is why they call him the crying prophet, because we just got through that whole Jeremiah and there is nothing crying about that book. Nothing. He is begging people. He's going around giving the Lord's message. The Lord is speaking through him. He's going around telling people the word, and they're hurting him. They're putting him in prison. They all want to kill him. They don't feel good about the message he's spreading. They want to continue what they're doing. So to me, though, none of this was crying. This might be. Maybe this is what they're talking about. Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. Let's see. And today's a Passover Eve, so we'll be doing that today too. Chapter 1. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princess among the provinces, how is she become a tributary? She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she hath none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction, and because of great servitude she dwelleth. Among the heathen she findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. The way of Zion do mourn. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feasts. Oh, like today, and for the next 8 days. All her gates are desolate, her priests sigh, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are the chief, her enemies prosper. For the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. And from the daughter of Zion all her beauty is departed. Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture, harts like deer. And they are gone without strength before the pursuer. Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and of her miseries all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fell into the hand of the enemy, and none did help her. The adversary saw her and did mock at her Sabbaths. Jerusalem hath grievously sinned. Therefore she is removed. All that honored her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yea, she sigheth and turneth backward. Her filthiness is in her skirts. She remembereth not her last end. Therefore she came down wonderfully. She had no comforter. O Lord, behold my affliction, for the enemy hath magnified himself. The adversary hath spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sigh, they seek bread, they have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve the soul. O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile. Is it nothing to you, all ye that pass by? Behold, and see, if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord hath afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. From above hath he sent fire into my bones, and it prevaileth against them. He hath spread a net for my feet, he hath turned me back. He hath made me desolate and faint all the day. The yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are wreathed and come up upon my neck. Remember when he was walking around with the wooden yoke on his neck? See what he says? The yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are wreathed and come up upon my neck. That's what he's doing. He's walking around with the cattle yoke on himself. He hath made my strength to, is it fail or fall? How many times have we gone through this? To fall. Is it, he's made my strength to fall. This happened about, I'd say about 35 times so far. And it seems to be the word fall. But it's always words that end in I-L or L-L. I think I'm supposed to keep the lights out today too. That's only obvious, right? If you're hiding, right? That's why we're going to eat really fast. Eat that lamb chop really quick tonight. And dress while you're dressed. Like you're ready to flee. But yeah, you're going to want it dark in the house so the Egyptians coming to kill everybody, all the young. Remember I figured that out? Because didn't we figure out it wasn't just, well, it wasn't just one time, it was 2 times, right? Because it was the first, we only read about, well, we haven't read about the birth of, oh, okay, I remember now, a little bit. So this happened with Moses when they were trying to find him. Didn't it happen again already too? You know, all the people that it took to keep Moses alive, it was everybody. It was the Egyptians and the mother Miriam and the midwives who were ordered to kill all the newborns. I don't think it was just newborn males, right? It was all newborns. Everybody under the age of 2. I have to relook that up. That's important. I want to know that. But anyway, I digress because he hath made my strength to fall. What's the difference anyway, honestly? That word, it's probably not even, I wonder what the true word is. And are they so similar? Why are fall and fail so similar? How is it just that this Hebrew word is just totally similar too? Okay, who knows? The Lord hath delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up. The Lord hath trodden underfoot all my mighty men. In the midst of me, he hath called an assembly against me to crush my young men. The Lord hath trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in a winepress. For these things I weep. Mine eye runneth down with water, because the Comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate, because the enemy prevailed. Okay, this is why they call him the weeping prophet. He just explained it. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. The Lord hath commanded concerning Jacob that his adversary should be round about him. Jerusalem is as a menstruous woman among them. The Lord is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandment. Hear, I pray you, all people, and behold my sorrow. My virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and mine elders gave up the ghost in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. Usually when you hear that word, behold, it's the Lord talking, right? Or a prophet speaking of what the Lord said. But look how he's saying it. He's using it personally. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. My heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad the sword bereaveth. At home there is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. They wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like the Lord's Prayer? A little bit. What is it? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us this day our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Look what he says. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. He's kind of fed up. Yeah, he's not too Job-like. Job, he's kind of more of a thinker, right? And this guy is a doer. He is out doing. He's walking around with a cattle yoke, a big, huge cattle yoke on his neck that I don't think God told him to put it on. I think another prophet told him. He said, look, this is what God just told me to do, told you to do, or somebody he trusted. And that's what he did. He's walking around everywhere dealing with all these people. Job was sitting there crying, moaning, philosophizing. This is not what's going on here. He tried his best, and he's complaining about it. And now he's like, you know what? Let you see how wicked, and let them all go before you, and do to them what you did to me. But he's going to do way worse to them what he's doing to him, right? He's not feeling good. He's in, well, I don't know we'll see how much he's lamenting, but they're not lamenting. They're not repenting. So, of course, what is going to be done to them is not going to be what is done to Jeremiah at all. They have a different justice with the Lord, for sure. Okay, that's chapter 1. He's not crying too bad. I don't see why they call him. What else he's going to do? There's only 5 chapters, but what does he say here in 16? For these things I weep, mine eye runneth down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate because the enemy prevailed.